below its potential right now. So we're really keen to move that on to this is a concept. I don't believe that's where it's going to end up anywhere like it, but we're just trying to get a couple of pictures out there to see if we can get the juices flowing. But we're really keen. We think that, in fact, that arm out there, that arm up there, that you can't see it there, but probably that would become reclaimed land. The whole marina in the middle part could potentially become a marina, and that land could become things that support boating, cafe, boat shop, little wine bar, jazz band, sort of thing. So then up the road from Mochuapa we come to Oratua. We've got a boat ramp there. It's on a shallow delta. We've got no money put aside for looking after or for upgrading Oratua. We will just maintain it. The next boat ramp up is Motateri. Once again, a really good facility. No plans to do any upgrades there as such, but maintain it. And then we come to 3 Mile Bay, which is down here at Seacon Park. You guys have all the infrastructure on the land around that boat ramp. We're tasked with maintaining the ramp itself. It's a really high maintenance ramp for us because we're clearing silt there. Sometimes we're clearing 2,000 cubic metres a year off that ramp by tractor. So we cop a lot of flack for it because you can come in the morning and clear it. People come in the afternoon and give us a call and abuse us for not clearing the ramp. But we're really fighting Mother Nature, but we can't. We'd love to shut that one down, but it's such a popular ramp that we just have to maintain it. We would like to talk to you guys in time about getting a tractor shed down there on that Seacon Park, somewhere that we can house our tractor so that at least we don't have to drive the tractor all the way down there in peak traffic and somewhere down the track. We'd also like to turn that facility into a 4-laned, 3-berth or 3-jettied facility that we could just turn the boats over a bit quicker and make the whole boating experience a bit more user-friendly. Then we come up to the landing reserve, which is my little puppy, so we'll talk about that at the end. But we come to Nukaho Marina. So we've got some exciting plans for Nukaho. We're currently, if you can see that bank there that is a shallow issue, we've got some areas there that we need to clear out. We need to take that bank away. So we're going through the consultation process on that, but we'd really like to relocate that sediment away from there to make the boat ramp facility more user-friendly. We've talked with council and had approval to run a security fence down there so we can protect that marina from the theft and vandalism that's occurring there from time to time. And we're also going to run new electrics through there, and we believe that there will become a really desirable marina for boats that need to be on the water, so bigger than 6-metre boats. We're looking to cater more to that marina there. We'd be looking to cater more to the 12-metre boat, a nice launch, and it will become very desirable once we end up with that secure. To give you an idea of where we're at with fees, if you look at the council yard there that you guys own and manage and maintain, we've got, I think you're about $1,000 to $1,200 a year up on the hard. If you look down at Lakeland Marine, they've got a facility down there that they're chock-a-block full, a 9-metre boat there, or 9 metres and above. It's 3,000 plus GST, so $3.5K. If you're in our facility at the moment, we can cater you in there for $371 for the year. The only problem is it's a 16-year wait list.
I wonder.
So here's just an idea for someone that wants to make a buck, but this is going off around the world, this whole dry stack thing. These boats here, this is Pine Harbour, I think, $400 a month to park your boat in a dry stack there. This is Orange Marine, closer to $1,000 a month. These guys are chock-a-block full. Moving around from Nukaho, we come to Timoinga Bay. Really nice ramp there, single ramp. No immediate plans to upgrade that facility because there's no parking infrastructure around it, so it would have to be a JV with you guys. But if you guys were keen to do something there, we could see that being a double ramp with more jetties and things. And then Whangaroa Reserve, we love what you guys are doing out there. It's massive infrastructure spend for you, not a penny in return, I give you that. But we love what you guys are doing out there. And in conjunction with that, we're a bit embarrassed because we're not going to be here for Christmas, but we're going to put a sign up to say plan for 2012. But we've got this plan for 2012 there, so we're looking to put another jetty there and extend the ramp, and we're going through that whole consultation phase right now, but we're getting really positive vibes on all the consultation we're having. So we're really excited, and yeah, it's good times ahead. So then we come to the landing reserve, which is, well, it's an iconic world-class piece of real estate that's just begging for something really exciting to happen. And we are really fortunate to have our office down there, and we love coming to work in the morning. And yeah, I mean, that's a world-class piece of, what's going on there. So we, at the moment, like I said, it's owned by DOC, it's administered by us, and there's a treaty claim on it. But the potential for that whole area there is just massive. I've heard your leaders talk about an underground glass tube tunnel that shoots out trout feed. You see the props going by. That's easily done and a great idea. And then I've heard of Rob talking about little bars up in the bank, up in there, tucked in little bars and little eateries and things. And I mean, a really clever idea I heard from Rob again was to just run a train. The little Lions train should come through there with the trains with a couple of stops on the way. But we're really keen to be as friendly as we can with whoever we need to be as friendly with, to just really try and open that place up and let it come to its potential and let things happen in a timely manner, but with the greater good of Taupo in mind. In a previous life I was a tour coach driver and I drove Kentucky tours, and it was back in the mid to late 80s, and we were coming through Taupo all the time. We were staying in arataki in those days, so we weren't overnighting here like they do now, but we would stop here for a couple of hours on the afternoon on the way down to Wellington, or if we were northbound we'd stop on the way to Arataki, and I never knew this place existed. So I'd drive into town, I'd park outside what used to be Burger King, and we'd send our passengers off for a couple of hours into the shops or down to the beach or something. I didn't even know this place existed, and it really disappoints me because I would never have not driven down there on the coach. I would have never have not pointed it out. And we really need to somehow or other connect that part of the world with Taupo.
Well, thank you, Phil. That's enlightening for all of us, knowing that where the money's going to be spent over the next 3 years. And I think in particular what's really pleasing to me is that it would appear that in the immediate near future, most of the money is going to be spent at the southern end of the lake, which is sadly in need of their facilities upgrading, and of course the economy that goes with that. A lot of holiday homes down there, a lot of boats down there, a lot of boat ramps in need of repair. So hey, it's just absolute music to my ears. So I congratulate you for that, and I know you were part of the strong drive in behind Louise and what have you, getting the money out of that last budget, which was difficult to do because it was the budget that our Honourable Prime Minister was calling "Where's the Money" budget, I think. And you did get some, you did find some, so that's unbelievable in my opinion. But if any councillors haven't got any further questions, I've got this just to hand out. If you could and ask somebody to hand out 2 of these to everybody. This is embargoed until tomorrow. Tomorrow?
I think there's a press release going out tomorrow. Yeah, we've been consulting over this for the last 2 days.
This transpires what I'm handing out now from last year, I think prior to the elections last year. The Department of Internal Affairs announced that they were going to put boat ramp fees up to $8.40, etc., and I did a submission to Department of Internal Affairs where I didn't believe that that was fair or equitable because they were currently $3.80, and I couldn't believe how some rocket scientist would come up with the figure of $8.40, not even rounded off. But I felt that, along with a lot of other people and my councillors at the time who gave me permission to submit, that the fees of the berthing of the boats in the marina was just absolutely ridiculous at $371 a year, and to put the ramp fees up to $8.40 and not virtually touch the berthage fees was inequitable. So the result of that, and many other people submitting, and I know help from Philip himself, still has to go out for another round of consultation, but I know that Philip's hierarchy from Wellington have been here in the last couple of days and met with the launch masters and all sorts of people, including Rob and myself. But what you have here is the new fee structure proposed for boat ramps and for berthages from 1 July next year, after this next round of consultation, which which to everybody, as I understand it from Phil, that he has met with, including ourselves, are fairly much behind this. What this basically says is that ramp fees from 1 July 2012 will go to $5, not $5.10, not $4.95, to $5. Current fee being $3.80, but the big movements, of course, are going to be in the berthage of the boats in what I have often called the Maritime Museum down in the boat harbour. They are virtually going to, well, they're not even going to normal, if you consider Tauranga and places like that, fees, but that is the fee schedule which I've handed out to you, which makes much more sense than what I believe what we consulted against last year. So, Phil, what are we virtually going to? We're going from $371 a year on that Nuka House side that Mr. King pointed out before, to $2,300 from $371. Well, I believe it should be about $4,000, but I congratulate you for this, and I thank the department for listening to the submissions that were made last year, and I think this is a good step forward for Lake Taupo as a whole, especially the boating fraternity. So, you want to add to that at all, Phil, or just take some questions?
Yeah, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So,
Councillor Downard, sorry.
Does that money go allocated into our district here, or does it go into the big kitty into DIA?
All this money here goes for maintaining infrastructure on Lake Taupo, and I'm assured by Phil's bureaucratic people from Wellington that even these fees won't cover it.
That's correct, and we still have this ground renter that we're contributing to Tū Whare, the 240,000 still on the table, and that's included in this. But as Your Worship says, we're still not covering costs here, but we're a good step in the right direction.
Yeah. Councillor Craig?
Phil, very informative. You hit the nail on the head, because I know I speak for Councillor Johnson as well as myself, that for years someone has wanted something happen to where you actually work. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't work there, but it seems a waste of the prime position that 5 people are working in it. You know what I mean? My question is that you get $4 million from the DIA. Do you have to balance that with the fees that you get?
No, this is infrastructure money.
Yeah, but the fees that you charge for your berthing, does that go to make up the $4 million, or do you not, or is it?
Well, the 4.8 million is broken up pretty much 50-50, just by chance, into capital and operating. Right. So the operating is for maintenance. The capital we'll need to recapture our costs on the operating, on the capital expenditure. So there'll be a capex cost in there. People want a return on their investment.
Okay, fair enough.
You also, I think, need to point out that under government legislation, the Department of Internal Affairs, don't ask me why, Department of Internal Affairs cannot charge any more in the way of fees than it costs to produce. So the more they spend on the lake, the more OPEX costs there will be, because CAPEX creates OPEX. Therefore, you have to have fee increases to cover that, because they suffer from the same thing that we suffer from, and it's called depreciation. And that's where we all get caught. So fees go towards your depreciative costs and what have you. But the good thing is that we have got some capital allocated this time to spend $4.8 million over 3 years.
4 years.
4 years, apologies. And it's including GST.
And there's some money in behind that too. So, you know, if we can keep the momentum going, and we've got money that's kind of tagged for us, so and tagged 2 projects, so which includes Motuapa, because Motuapa's not in the 4-year plan, that's beyond, and you'll notice in those prices that we've recognised that for Motuapa, they've got a cheaper cost, because we recognise that facility is well below par, and we can't have a quick fix in Motuapa.
Any further questions from anybody? It's a very important thing to know what's going on in and around the lake, and I'm sure Councillor Kepper and Councillor Henderson will be very pleased on behalf of the Turangi-Tongariro end of the lake that actions are causing reactions, and by that I mean that was the Turangi Community Board that I believe put $10,000 was the figure under the umbrella of community wellbeing to get the Amori ramp situation at least on the road to recovery, and now it's actually going to happen. I think is great, and the board should be commended for that. And you, sir. Councillor Williams?
Yes, I'd just like to thank you for your report, Philip, and also to say I think while it may not be a popular move, I think it's a very fair move that you've made with regards to increasing the fees, because it isn't. I guess as a taxpayer, one must think that it's not really a fair deal for somebody to pay $371 in Boat Harbour while their counterparts over in Kinloch are paying $3,500 for a berth. So I think that's a good positive move for the region, because it will help maintain and grow our facilities around the lake. And the second point was, I'd just like to ask you what your perception is as far as boating behaviour and compliance with regulations on the lake has been in the last year. I know there was some issues a few years back, and I just wonder how you're addressing those and if you see any major issues as regards compliance with the regulations that you're trying to implement.
Well, we're first of all on the assets. Thanks for that vote of support there. We consulted all day yesterday and today, and we've had a really, really positive reaction from Boat Users Association, Ratepayers Association, Motuapa Boating Club Associations. The launchman have really received the news well, and a lot of encouraging support for the move, and a lot of comments along the lines of about time. We also, one of the best quotes I heard yesterday was, everybody wants something for free, but free just means someone else is paying. So taking that on board. But as far as the NAB safety regulation, you know how we're going with that. We're really focused on it, particularly now leading into the next week, and for the next 6-8 weeks. It's really important for us, through till I guess Easter really. We believe that the awareness of the consequences of getting it wrong out there are quite front of people's minds through media and incidents, high-profile incidents that have happened in recent years throughout the country. The work that the regional harbour masters have been doing, through the work that Maritime New Zealand's been doing, and we're really confident with this bylaw now. We've had it in place last year, and we've made some changes this year, but we've got zero tolerance for some things, particularly speeding within 200 metres ashore, particularly when we're talking close to other traffic and swimmers and kayakers and so on. So we've identified quite a few black spots on the lake, and we've put some 200 metre cans on these black spots that we want to separate the traffic. So we don't want props and kids anywhere near each other. So we call them zero tolerance now. So instead of pulling up and having a nice 15-minute chat and talking about how you're not supposed to do that and giving them a brochure, we just give them a $200 fine now, and it's working fine.
Right, if there's no further questions, I really, really genuinely do thank you for a great informative presentation. Also, I'd just like, on behalf of the Council, to thank you for the way we've worked together for the 4 years since you got here. It's a great relationship we've got. You can pick up the phone, have a beer together, talk about things, and your visions that you share of things to happen down in there, and coming from where you have on a French Riviera and places like that, I know what you mean. It's a hidden secret down there. There should be more people having a glass of wine and being amongst the boats and that, and slowly but surely we are all heading in that direction. Of that I'm quite sure. So thank you very much, Philip. And there's a suggested resolution here that I'd like a mover and a seconder for, that the information be received and the Harbour Master be thanked for his presentation. If I could have a mover, Councillor William, and a seconder, Councillor Johnson. All those in favour?
Aye.
Thank you very much, Phil. Well done.